To come to full consciousness, the first step is to slow down. To slow down any external activity, to slow down the internal activity, and then you can slow down your attention and focus. When you slow down external activity, internal activity, and your attention and focus, which was either an external activity or internal activity, your attention and focus, when you slow down, then you can take the second step to relax, soften, and expand. Your attention is either focused externally onto the objects or internally into your thoughts, emotions, feelings. And what happens when you bring your attention back at first to the center of your attention and focus, your mind's eye, and then you relax and focus and expand. So what happens then? You disengage from external objects. You disengage from internal objects. And you start to arrive to the now, to the present. And yes, you will notice that objects will keep popping back and they will keep on demanding your attention. Yes, attention, attention, all these notifications and external things, and then internal thoughts like, oh, this thought comes in or that thought comes in. They're demanding your attention. And when you give your attention, you give your energy, you give your focus, you start to zoom and focus on that particular object, you start following that object, you start becoming entangled with that object, and you may even lose yourself in that object. So your attention and focus is a very powerful tool. And today we will speak about reality. That now it is a wonderful time to change your reality. Now it's a great opportunity to change your reality. And there are also some warnings, some cautions, what not to do as well. So the media right now is really demanding your attention and focus. And I can issue a warning to the media, because it's demanding so much of your attention and focus, and it's such a low vibrational topic that it is danger to your reality, to your present moment. The media is rarely ever positive, if you have noticed, in television, radio. So wait a moment. If media, the mainstream media, is rarely positive, so what reality are they implying? What do they want you to follow? There is not so much positive media which would inspire you, which would uplift you, which would make you feel good. Do you realize that? It's really that now, unless you search yourself on YouTube or social media, unless you search yourself something specifically, 90% of all the media is low vibrational. And then you have to put some focus to actually choose the higher vibrational media that inspires you, that uplifts you, that makes you feel great, that raises your vibration. And that is a choice. And it is your choice. Media is just external object. Apart from media, you have environment. You have the same choice, the same power to give your energy, attention, and focus to the low vibrational environment, people, situations, conversations, or you can consciously start to shift even your external environment by making this choice to focus on a higher vibration, not to follow low vibrational conversations, not to participate in low vibrational environments. That is a choice. Sometimes these choices have dependencies, but are you subject to dependencies, or are you creator of your own reality? Some dependencies may require a bit more longer term changes. You can't quit your job just tomorrow. Maybe you can't change a relationship just yet. But other things are very easy to be changed, even in your external environment. Why do you watch a television? Why do you listen to the news? Turn it off. Focus on something more higher vibrational. Why do you go to certain parties, events, low vibrational? Why do you have certain friends which are low vibrational? And then you will say there's certain attachment. And there's this certain pull and attachment. And this is the sticky part. It is a sticky part where the lower vibration still keeps you sticky with it. And yet again, it is a choice to disentangle and to unstick, even if it requires a few weeks or months or years. It is your choice. Now, the same happens in the internal reality, which you call the inner self, the inner universe. There is external, there is internal. It's no different, actually. There is actually no external or internal. It is only a sense of external or internal. So your internal reality is no different than external reality, because yet again, your focus and attention is choosing which thoughts to follow. Vibrational, yes, there are low vibrational thoughts, there are the average thoughts, and there are some inspirational, exciting thoughts. Emotions, feelings, energies. Your attention and focus determines your experience. It is a tool to determine your experience. And underlyingly, behind it, what is behind attention and focus? It is your awareness, your consciousness. because you are aware how you're choosing to follow certain thoughts, because you're aware how you're feeling certain feelings, because you're aware what energies you feel, because you're aware of this body sitting here. Awareness is the key. It is that light that illuminates this body. You're aware of this body. It's the light that illuminates these emotions, feelings, thoughts, emotions, energies, sensations, five sensory perceptions. All of that is in your awareness. And that is the greatest power, which is obviously here. And it's not a tool. Awareness, consciousness is not a tool. It is the essence of reality, because reality is experienced within your awareness consciousness. And your experience is determined by your attention and focus. And then about your conditionings, your attachments, your desires, what you follow, the sticky things. So now you start to realize the power that you have. Every one of you has this power. And this awareness consciousness is not only bright, light, intense, it is loving as well. It is all accepting, all allowing. It is always present. It is when you are in the past, you're still aware. When you're in the present, you're still aware. When you think of the future, you're still aware. Awareness is everywhere. Consciousness is in the past, in the present, in the future. It's in the now. The past, present, and future is the now. I'm not speaking about present moment only that you focus on. I'm speaking about consciousness as the now. And it's called the self because it is everything. And now it's the time to change your reality. Now it's the time to choose your vibration. Now it's the time to choose what you want to follow. Now it's the time to look at your emotions, look at your feelings, look at your energies. You can choose. And then you can recognize how much power you have to choose in this choice. Because some things are quite sticky. Some things are not easy to change. And that's okay. Because certain things require some time to change, yes? If you had a habit for 20 years to do things in a particular way, it's a very programmed, very embodied habit. It's became so mechanical that you don't even think about it. 20 years doing the same way, living the same way. So this habit is not going to be gone tomorrow. But with a conscious choice, with awareness and conscious choice, you can change this habit. It will take some time depending on how long and deeply it has been ingrained, programmed, habituated, conditioned, entangled, attached, wanted, unwanted. You have desires and you have non-desires. Non-desires, you have probably even more than you have desires. Non-desires are things that you don't want, but they're still desires. I don't want this, it's still a desire. I want not this. And instead of resisting your reality, resistance creates persistence, perpetuation. Instead of resisting your current unwanted reality, resistance still will keep on going. That's not the way. It definitely doesn't work. So instead of resisting your unwanted experiences, you should allow them. And then you say, hold on, how can I allow the unwanted experiences? When you allow the unwanted experiences, you are no longer resisting your unwanted experiences. And by no longer resisting your unwanted experiences, you're letting them flow through. You're giving the space for them to flow through. You're no longer resisting, blocking. You're no longer blocking them. So you let them flow through and you become less attached and you process the unwanted experiences. And that's how the unwanted experience, you gain immunity, yes? So you allow them to flow through, you let them pass by, you process them, and you gain this immunity then to come on a higher vibration. So the way to overcome your unwanted experiences is to allow them, and we could say in the aware way, in a conscious way, in a meditative way. And that way, you're actually transcending them. You're healing, transcending your unwanted experiences. And by healing, processing, and transcending your unwanted experiences, you raise your vibration. So you're not resisting them, and thus without unwanting them. Because even unwanting is still wanting. The universe doesn't understand unwanting. For the universe, there's only attraction. And even if you unwant, subconsciously, you still want. That's a tricky part, isn't it? Like if I don't want, you still want. Because you subconsciously, there is still attraction. It's still there. It's still attached. It's still resisted. So you have to allow, process, heal, transcend. And that's how you raise in vibration. That's how you shift your reality. So every one of you here is a master of your reality already. And you have mastered your reality exactly like this. Exactly like this right now. Exactly like that yesterday. Exactly like this today. And hopefully higher vibrationally tomorrow. Because that you can change. So you have already mastered your reality like this, to this degree, like now already. If you have a lot of resistances, you're mastering resistances. If you have a lot of anger, you're mastering anger. Do you get that? If you're mastering sadness, that's what you're doing. Exactly like this. And then you may have some unwanting. And that's what you're mastering, unwanting, things you don't want. You're good at wanting things you don't want. This is how much universe loves you. This is how much universe loves you. It allows you to do anything that you want to do. You hate something, well, universe lets you hate something. You don't want something, the universe allows you to not want something. You're afraid of something, the universe loves you and it allows you to be afraid of something. This is the unconditional consciousness. The universe loves you so much absolutely that it allows you to do anything you wish with your reality. But the universe is very wise. It has laws. It allows you to do everything like this. It's so precise and so sharp that that is a big splash, isn't it, right now, of the truth. This is how much universe loves you. It allows you to experience anything that you are experiencing. And that is the absolute love. And if you pause for a moment, you will say, wow, I didn't know I'm loved that much. So there's a lot to learn how the universe is loving you, how much it is unconditional. There's a lot to learn for your mind. There's a lot for you to learn how to come in the right alignment with the universe, with reality. And that is something that you should have learned as a child in a primary school. How do things work right now? Now it's a bit kind of getting a bit too late because you have already manifested your 20, 30, 40, 50 years of your life. It's never too late, but it's a bit late. You should have learned this when you were a child. And this is what you should teach your children. This is the most fundamental education for human sentient beings. Well, animals don't have a capacity to understand this. It is for human education. Every child has a capacity to understand how the now is working. It's never too late, but if we want to create a new golden era, we need to start educating ourselves and our children. And we need to start it now. We need to know how much universe is loving, unconditionally allowing. We need to take our power back to realign all these distortions, ignorance, to realign with the way that things actually work. This has been kept as a very big secret by the secret societies, by the secret religions, cults. And it's not a secret, it's just how it works. You know, it has been kept a secret in order to control people. That's why it has been kept a secret. But now all those secrets are revealed, you know, law of attraction and vibrational knowledge, the quantum physics. Now all the secrets are revealed, how things actually really work. And it's very easy to find it because you can verify it with your own experiences. It's not something to be believed in. It's not something to be philosophized about. It's to be verified with your own experience, and that is the truth. It must be verifiable. It must be experiential. It must be recognized. It must be realized. And it surely must be here. It surely must be here. This truth of the universe, the way it works, it surely must be here. And that's so amazing. It must be here. It must be experienced, realized, recognized, inquired, contemplated, eventually realized. Realization is the end of inquiry. Realization is the end of analysis. It's seeing clearly that that's how it is. That's a realization. It must be obvious. So it's time to change your reality. The time is now. And you can do it. Every one of you can do it. And it's so loving. The universe says, I love you. And let's do this together. Let's make things better together. Let's align to the way things are, to make them better, to increase the resonance, vibration, to increase your consciousness, to expand your consciousness, to return to your full consciousness. So let's do this practice together now. And let's do it together now in a loving, aware way. So the first step is to slow down. You have received a lot of knowledge right now, a lot of insight. Let's slow down. Because the energy is flowing a bit slower than your mind may be spinning. Let's slow down and let's come back to the alignment. Your breath is a wonderful alignment. It always brings you back to the present moment, to your body. It always centers you. Your breath is such an amazing tool, such an amazing instrument. It gives you so much life, oxygen. So let's slow down. Let's bring our attention to the breath. And then allow. Allow any feelings, allow any thoughts. Give some time to process what is happening now. But first, slow down, feel your breath, and then allow. Because that is a meditative way. And allow yourself to process what is here now exactly like this. Just give it some time. If you're afraid that you will be falling into these thoughts, the train of the thoughts, or emotional heaviness, remember that you are aware already of these thoughts, of these emotions. No matter how deep you go, you are still aware. So allow everything to flow, to process. If you get carried away, remember your breath. Feel more space, more space around your feelings, around emotions, around your breath. Allow yourself to process this present moment, this experience, openly, without resistance. No matter how deep or difficult it might be, just allow it for a bit. Let it flow for a bit. And then you will drop deeper. You will see that something has expanded. You may even see that you are more aware. Yes, I can see these thoughts. Yes, I can see these emotions. I can see my experience. So your awareness becomes brighter. It expands a little bit more. Let's give some time to the now. You can also soften a bit. Just soften a bit that rigidity. To soften a bit that closeness. To soften a little bit any pain. You can soften any feeling. Even your thoughts, you can soften them a bit. You can slow down, soften. And that's how you create more space. Softening is bringing love. Softening is harmonizing and bringing love. Don't worry about love. You can just soften a bit, harmonize a bit. And that is already a loving relationship. It is already a loving way. Soften yourself. And then allow everything to flow. And then remember there is more space for everything to flow. Oh, it's amazing. If there is any anxiousness, just slow down, feel your breath. Coming back again to feel your breath. Everything is fine. You're already giving some time. You can start again. No matter how many times you would get drawn into your thoughts, emotions, spaces, you can always come back and start again, and it's all fine. That is the way. If you become overwhelmed, slow down, feel your breath, feel more space. And then it's easier again. And very gently you can visualize a beautiful sun shining behind you. Behind, there's a very warm and beautiful sun. And it is giving you that extra strength, extra light, extra energy. It's making everything brighter. It's shining from behind, through your chest, through the right side of your chest. It's shining forward. We can call it the inner sun, shining from behind, shining through your chest, through the right side of your chest, shining forward. Everything is warmer and brighter and lighter. And when you're ready, you can slowly start coming back. And give a few moments to notice this calmness, peacefulness, brightness, lightness as you're coming back. To come back slowly, to come back with awareness. Give it a few moments. It is very important to come back with awareness. Giving a few moments to notice the subtle changes. When you give time to notice the subtle changes, you're further developing your awareness, strengthening your awareness, embodying your awareness. You're bringing more consciousness into these subtle changes. And when you slow down, it's always easier. It's always easier to be more aligned with the present moment. It's always easier to deal and manage your thoughts, emotions, and energies. Coming back slowly. Noticing the subtle changes. Strengthening and embodying awareness. Becoming more conscious. This is how it happens. And this is how you align yourself with the present moment, with what is experienced, and that is how you expand your awareness. And practice makes it perfect. With practice, you become better. With practice, it becomes easier. With practice, you become stronger. With practice, it becomes natural. And then you can do it easily and effortlessly. Because practice makes it perfect. Over time, it does take a little bit of relative time. And in 6 months, 1 year, with this practice, you will not even recognize yourself, how much you have grown and how much you have changed. Even in 3 months, you can change so much. Even in 1 month, you can change so much. And if you're very dedicated, even in 2 weeks, you can change a lot. Even in 1 week, you can change a lot. And why don't you change now? And that's how change happens.